Rated E for everyone.
All around the world, farmers know farming is an art. Like life, we know it can be hard. And it can be surprising, too. But sometimes it's about being at the right place at the right time. A wise man once said that the best lessons are learned under the wide open sky. I think the same thing can be said about our art. Yeah, it can be messy, but it's always beautiful. So beautiful it can help you see yourself and the world in all new ways. In the art of farming, the soil is the canvas, the seeds are the paint, and the harvest is the masterpiece.
Hey, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good. Is it missing something? You're too cute to eat. Maybe some fresh spinach?
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Rabbit Man, hello. And we got Boise Gamer in here. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Looks like my new chat tool is not working. I'll have to do this the old style. Pop out the chats. I don't know why ground control's not working. I'm gonna pop out my chats. Pop them right there. We're gonna plant some trees. What do you guys think of that? Plant some trees on the Fraser Valley map. Let me get that going. Well, my cold has turned to the worst. So, I don't know. I've been suffering from a cold for, what, 3 weeks now, I guess? It was bad 2 weeks ago, then last week I was feeling a bit better and healing, and then the last couple of days here it's just gotten worse. Except today, I think I've broken a bit of a fever. I switched over to having some tea, so I don't know. But it sounds like I'm not the only one that's having cold issues, as to say. So, where I live, there's a few people that have gotten a cold. Very heavy stuff, very draining cold too. So, some people have been hospitalized for it too. I haven't gone to see a doctor, no. They just tell you to, you know, do all the right things and stuff like that. So, stay home, eat healthier, that sort of thing. I did have to bring a family member to the hospital just to top up on a few things. I've seen people get headaches, some people get throwing up, and on top of the regular standard cold stuff. I haven't hit that. More or less it's been very tiring for me. And what else? A bit of sneezing. And hard time sleeping, those sorts of things. So, yeah. But I have seen a lot of people have to go to the hospital and get intravenous IV. So it's kind of crazy. But I haven't had to go and do that myself. So. But there's a lot of people getting the cold though. So, or whatever this is. I don't know, the flu. Pretty gnarly. So it's going around. I don't think so, because one of the people that I've been around was hospitalized. I'm still in my early 40s, so I don't think I'll end up in the hospital for this. One thing that I will mention is keep hydrated. Most of the people that I've seen in the the hospital are usually put on something to get more fluids in them and stuff like that. So, and on top of that, usually doing the standard stuff of intravenous gravel and stuff like that. So, maybe cut back on caffeine or whatnot if you're not hydrating properly. So. Because your body needs water in order to do what it needs to do to heal, right? So if you consume a lot of caffeine or something like that, that can probably deplete you of your water, especially if you're taking medications too. A lot of medication tends to take all of the electrolytes out of your system, which is crazy. So yeah, they're usually packed with electrolytes, and they're also packed with other things. So
That's the second time that you mentioned white. So what are you trying to remember?
but I'm not at the point where they're going to put an intravenous in me. You can't just walk into the hospital and set the expectation that you're going to get hydrated that way or whatnot, right?
Now you're ready. Tell me, what is your...
They usually give you intravenous if you're not able to keep anything down. So I can consume water, I can consume food. So they only do IV drip if you cannot keep your food down or your oral medication down.
What did it smell like? What did it taste like? If we can figure what it was, we can screen for it in your system.
Bubblegum?
Bubblegum?
That sounds crazy, but I swear.
There we go.
Yeah,
Let's see here. We're back on the map.
Doesn't sound crazy at all.
Oh, for bubblegum? For real?
We've seen the use of aerosolized
Let's
drugs
just
before.
turn some lights on here.
Atomic state. The other, sevoflurane, is used during dental surgery. It puts you in a suggestible, almost hypnotic trance.
And because it's used in dental surgery, it takes us
So I am,
And that's why we think the other.
what do you call it? Excuse me. Whew. Heavy cough.
You just want to keep players.
Probably about 9 subscribers away from getting 500. Hopefully,
Probably not do things.
maybe this weekend I can do it.
Peter Lewis should know everything. And number two, if
Maybe.
surface
Or get a little bit closer.
best style.
Oh, you ever see a surgeon that's not clear to us yet?
If any of you guys are playing World of Warcraft from my World of Warcraft group, I just want to say that I highly recommend getting in there. Get your time warp badges. It's Lich King content, Wrath of the Lich King content, so you can get some badges. There's an Alduar raid. Those badges are going to help you out during the anniversary event, which will happen the week of the 20th, so we're pretty close. So just keep that in mind.
on-call bit should be shoot.
What is it?
I've got a call here about a Jennifer Jerome.
I have been doing quite a bit of World of Warcraft. I've got, what do you call it? I've got my Death Knight up to,
No, send it to Hutch and Tara, but let them know that
I think, level
the breadcrumbs on purpose. There could be one thing that
level 80. My Shaman is at level 80 as well. Let's see if we can figure out here. How did I do this? So I think I got this row all done. Yeah, that row is done. This like that. Let's back up. I think we're let's just go up. All right. But I've never been a person who goes to the hospital for everything. That's just not how I am. There's some people that could use it a lot more than I am.
Everything is better on Staycation.
Staycation star with the TD Aeroplan Visa.
Stories on mobile. Oh, so you've been working hard at getting the GTA going, huh?
Eat the crispy fluffy circle. Mango waffles.
Are you enjoying the game?
Thin and crispy. Cheez-It snapped.
Menopause can change your hair.
I have thinning happening here, which I noticed when I was
Thought about looking at GTA, but I think I have a friend trying to convince me to play Diablo. The Diablo 4 game.
Hey Sid, you see Tim's NHL trading cards are back? You think I missed the 10th edition? Pulled my Tim missed
I might consider that. I told him if he gets it,
when Tim's run?
With Tim's 10th edition,
I will buy it.
it's hockey card season. 5 packs of the new NHL trading cards, please. Make it 10, please. Nothing better than hockey cards in a row.
For dry to very dry skin.
So I might consider that. I don't know.
One application per day. Repairs and hydrates.
We'll
for
see.
48 hours. Safe for newborns and sensitive skin of all ages.
What are Activia's 3 benefits? 1 billion active probiotics. That's the way. 2 helping for health.
But I have played the original, GTA 5, and I've enjoyed that.
Activia 3 benefits. It starts inside.
It took them quite a while to get another game out.
Tire. We love our products as much as you do. But with over 1,000 new sales,
I don't really know what to say about Rockstar.
learn to let go. Shop new deals every week at Canadian Tire.
Hopefully I'm still going in a straight row. It's hard to tell.
The following program contains violence, mature subject matter, and scenes which may be disturbing to some viewers. Your discretion is advised.
So, interesting week. So we got pharmacare passed. So we are going to be seeing dental covered. Or sorry, well, we already have dental covered. Diabetic medication is going to be now covered under pharmacare. And something else. Oh, and contraceptives as well. So birth control pills are now currently has been passed federally. So that has to be sent to the provinces for a deal, because usually the provinces control the medical system. So they have to sign a deal with each of the provinces and territories.
That was Chelsea Carter, psychologist who confirmed that for the past 15 years she suffered from dissociative identity disorder.
DID, talking split personality.
Technically, it's an updated diagnosis for multiple personality
Both of our victims share the same disease, and Claire has it too. It's a small victim pool.
One that's localized here. The University of Tempe has a summer camp that helps kids with dissociative disorders.
University is contacting all the doctors and administrators.
My main artery, my right leg, I had the pain since last year, and finally my leg went dead.
It's someone with DIT.
In May, I was hospital for a week. Oh boy.
Alternate to cut his victims like the Crimson King.
Yeah, because if your blood supply cannot reach your certain parts of your body, well, any part of your body, that's what happens. It just dies. Then necrosis, if it's not dealt with, necrosis can set in as well,
Torture and
which is not a good thing.
Begs the question, though. Why did Brian go crazy?
Yes, okay, yes, I have the ID. Does it matter?
So,
It matters.
yeah, blood clots you don't want to fool around with.
That summer camp you went to, did Chelsea Carter go there?
Yes. Yeah, she... What happened? Is she dead?
This guy is trying to induce a dissociative break. So I need you to tell me who your alternate identity
But yeah, we got some interesting developments happening up here with medical coverages and stuff. I postponed hospital for 8 months, then boom. Yeah, something like that I would definitely go in for. I don't kid around with stuff like that.
I'm not laughing.
Okay. I think we need some more, we need more trees, I think. Well, actually, I could probably...
It's also called unification therapy. It's the best known.
Let's do this.
Patient recognizes his alternates as extensions of one whole. That's what they taught me at camp.
And those two friends you told me about, the ones that moved away,
Yeah, I noticed them.
I need you to confirm the names of the new kids that went to camp with you because they could be his next victims.
It's been so long. I can remember their faces, but
If I got you a list of patients, could you try to pick out the names you recognize?
maybe. I mean, I give it a try. Yeah.
My left hand turned purple.
Yeah, sure.
I had another blood clot in my left artery and two.
Means I read up on all of Peter Lewis's victims.
Oh, that's not good.
So I was
Clotting, as I understanding, is similar to like plaque
no, you want to kill him.
build up inside the body. So like how you get plaque on your teeth,
To uphold the
same kind of thing. Yeah, plaque build up in your arteries.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to kill him. You read my personnel file.
One method of how a clot would form.
All right. Anyone that asks, tell them that we caught him in the act.
Not necessarily the same bacteria that you would see in your mouth to cause plaque bacteria, but
That I caught him
basically the same concept of
in. We somehow
how things build up inside the artery. Oh,
Phil told me later that's what he said.
yeah, I think we need to buy some more trees.
The men like Daniel Cullen and Peter Lewis belong in 5-foot by 8-foot cells where they can live out their lives
Yeah.
as fatal.
Let's go into the shop here. Sorry about the cough.
Because I know that you're driven to find Cullen. I know that you're a good tracker. There's something in this protocol that I'm not agreeing with.
I can understand why you don't take medical issues lightly. You take them quite seriously,
You can't analyze a fugitive's actions
based on what you've told me.
what he did on the inside. But when Peter
Right, we're gonna buy some tree samplings.
It goes further than that. He had no contact with he didn't join or get pressured into a
Spruce or stone pine,
As if no time had passed.
birch,
So we have the
oak,
resources in
willow,
place before we
maple.
arrest him.
Let's save
Dogwood. American elm. I think I want to go with spruce. Or pine, maybe. Yeah, we'll do pine. Bye. We're gonna get this planting done. Alright, fill this up.
He's courted our attention from the beginning. Where I keep hitting walls is why.
Especially if he already has a list of all the kids that
Well, there's that, but sometimes it can be caused by bacteria or other things inside of the vein as well. I forget what they call it, but whenever plaque builds up on your teeth, what that really is just basically bacterium or cells, more or less bacteria. They create a little cone shape, and that's made of like calcium and stuff like that, or other deposits that can also cause a clot inside of your artery too. I usually just, for me, I don't usually go into the hospital very much. Or a doctor or whatnot. I just take it, you know, just based on how I feel. I know how much my body can take, how much it can't take. Usually most of what I do is I have to look at what I'm consuming and make a change in my diet so that I got the right recipe going for myself to be healthy. But mind you, I don't have any other medical issues or anything like that. But from what you're telling me, I can understand. You got some other underlying factors going on. But if things get too serious, then I'm off to the hospital. That's generally what I will do.
Because small towns celebrate big nights.
There we go.
Beauty emergencies can happen anywhere. Little extras need en route pickups. And everyone deserves a little spoiling.
Well, I'm pretty sure I would have been told. I mean, get blood work done and all of that. That will usually tell you. Why is it not going into the ground? Oh, that's why. There's already a tree there.
Like $4? So enough for a new toy house?
Sweetie,
I want the one with the hot tub.
Saving on car and home insurance with Bel Air Direct is simpler than playtime.
This might be a bit too much to the close to the fence line. All right, we're gonna go back down the hill. This is actually working out pretty well for planting.
you look like the type that hits a lot of curves. So I'm thinking these premium tires. Yeah, how to do.
Don't put up with BS. At Midas, you'll upsell. We make sure you actually need new tires. Then provide a range of options based on your vehicle and your budget.
But I switched to tea. This morning I felt really bad. And then once I switched over to tea, I started feeling a lot better, or felt that my body was healing better. So usually I do drink a lot of tea, but and then one of my fellow YouTubers who also drinks a lot of tea sort of reminded me this morning, hey, you're probably not drinking your tea. You should probably start drinking your tea. And you'll probably start feeling a bit better. So this morning, she was right. So started feeling a bit better. Or my body's showing signs of doing the right things that it should be doing. For me, it's all a head cold, sinus. So I've got, like, I can breathe perfectly fine. My chest doesn't hurt at all. So I know it's not in my chest area. It's all in my head is where the problem is. So most people don't know this, but the nasal passage goes into the throat. So any mucus or anything like that, that's what's causing my cold. It's all mucus and sinus infection. My coughing is a result of me trying to clear my throat passage, basically, which is up at the roof of my throat, so. Well, I'm not really a clean freak. I don't have antibacterial wipes everywhere. So I can't say that I'm that. The only thing that's a bit different about this year is that I probably had 2 bouts of antibiotics for my cavities, or what my 2 root canals, which is a bit different. So, as I had 2 stints of antibiotics. Oh dear, what's going on now? Did I run out of gas?
We need to ask you about Brian's DID and where it started.
We adopted Brian through our church. It was a closed adoption. When we received him, he had these scars.
The pediatrician told us that somebody in the foster care system had smashed.
But antibiotics definitely does
He ever violent?
interesting effects on the body. That's for sure.
Cut open his own scars.
And then he would go into like a chant, like a mantra. We thought he was self-soothing.
But at the same time, it's all through the medication that it's doing what it's doing.
Right.
So it's like, well,
Who were they?
if that's doing that for me, then
Care with him.
what's my immune system not doing, right?
Okay, this is very important. What would he say when he talked like that?
Yeah, this guy ordered this arm sweater. Two of them, actually.
Two of them? So what is the other one?
Can I see your badge again?
Yeah, is there a problem?
All right, I think we're almost up here.
Okay, the guy who ordered them, the name he left on the invoice was Dr. Spencer Reed.
All right.
Paid for credit cards.
Cash. I know that you guys like to give us an bad route, which is why
But I've seen a huge improvement in my health since I switched over to tea this morning. So last night I was like coughing up a storm, and early this morning I was coughing up a storm. And then after I started consuming tea, it seems to have done the right thing. Mind you, I don't take any type of tea. Like, I'm not taking your regular Tetley tea or whatever you might get from the store or whatnot. I usually buy specific herbal teas. So, the tea that I've been consuming is ashwagandha and turmeric. So it's basically an South Asian type tea.
Who is he? His name is Daniel Cullen. He thinks he's the Crimson King.
And then I also take an Egyptian licorice tea. So both teas are, well, the ashwagandha tea is a superfood for men.
Where every day is pizza day. Mozzarella from Quebec and crispy.
I would take it generally all winter long and not get a cold. I probably should have started consuming it like early September, but it's been so warm lately where I live that I thought, oh well, I should just probably start taking it maybe when it gets cold. But in all honesty, that's not how everything works out. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, the only time I've ever had to take antibiotics was for, well, teeth related matters. I'm not big on going into the hospital, and all they do is they say, oh, well, here's some antibiotics or something like that, right?
What does a cavity feel like?
I think it's different for everyone. Wait, why?
No, why?
So I usually consume a lot of tea. Is what I usually do, and then I'm fine.
Those with a family income under $90,000 and no dental insurance may be eligible. Applications are now open for kids under 18. A message from the Government of Canada.
At Easy Financial, we know that sometimes your finances can put you in a tight spot. So if you find things tough to navigate,
So I generally I do ashwagandha, which and turmeric because it's considered a male superfood. Ashwagandha is, anyways. It increases testosterone. which as a male, I have to have testosterone, right? It's part of my immune system. And it is also, what is it? High in antioxidants. So I usually take that tea quite a bit. Not many people like drinking it because it's a very earthy taste. I mean, if you've ever just had raw turmeric put in your mouth, it pretty much tastes like that. And then the licorice tea, I consume that as well because it's a detox tea. So what it does is if basically causes your body to sweat and purify itself. I usually do that. Plus licorice is, well, usually used in a lot of, cough syrups and stuff like that. Instead of buying a cough syrup, I just get licorice tea. It calms the mind. And I usually take that before I go to bed. Most of the time. Turmeric I usually take in the morning, but I can take it at night too.
No one is going to hurt you like that ever again.
Nobody hurt me, I hurt them.
Yes, they did hurt you. They cut.
Hello, Nick Kelly. Welcome in.
And then right here on this very table, you saw your own blood.
Yep,
You didn't know what to do.
that's when I go.
To protect yourself. No one is going to hurt you like that ever again.
No one is going to hurt you like that ever.
All right, we are. Speaking of tea, I should probably go get my tea. I'll get this road done, and then I'll go get my tea.
What they used to say to you at the foster home.
As I boiled water before the live stream.
No one
It's snowing.
like that ever again.
Yeah, let's drive up here. All right. I'm gonna just put this on pause while I go get my tea. I'll be right back, guys. All right, hot water is in the cup, so that's good. You had a crazy live stream tonight. I hope that was a good one, not a bad one. So I got my turmeric. I'm doing another batch of turmeric tonight. So I've got my tea bag there in the inside of the mug, steeping. Yeah, you guys should check out Nick's channel. He does all sorts of interesting short videos. And then if you just want someone to talk to, you can check out his live streams as well. He talks about all sorts of things. You can talk with him. he has a lawn care business, so if you need to know anything about anything mechanical, he usually likes talking about those types of things. So whether that's fixing a lawnmower, fixing a vehicle, I think you even had a debacle over a TV, I think, that you were talking about, a Roku TV. So, yeah, should check out his channel. Pretty cool guy, pretty laid back. You've been with my channel for a while, probably well over a year now, as a moderator. So, always glad to have him come in and say hello. Okay, let's see here. But yeah, he's got a whole whack of people, and he talks about some pretty interesting stuff. Okay, I think I need to swing this out a bit. There we go. What was the topic for tonight? That could be a possibility too, yeah. And that does help sometimes. I have like some of this saline solution. I could probably use a good blasting of that. That might be something I can try. So we'll have to see. But for now, I noticed that my nose is not running as much, so the tea seems to be helping.
So what are you doing tonight, Chica? Hanging out with your Canadian boyfriend? That totally exists.
Insane. Oh my gosh. I do check out your live streams, and yes, they can get pretty insane. The different questions you get and stuff like that. I think sometimes, you know, there's so many questions thrown at you. I think it's good that you have that thing that reads it to you, because honestly, I don't think you could probably keep track of all the questions if you just read them manually, because I noticed that it plays back the question to you. So it's good that you have that on your live stream, because the amount of questions you get, man, that's just crazy. You have to do it once a month, huh? There we go. Rolling up the passageway here. So I downloaded the last mod update from FS Minor this week. So FS Minor makes like all of the construction mods. Well, not all of them, but he makes a lot of them. That's all he does, really. So he said that it was the last one he's doing for this game. And then I guess he's going to start working on FS25. He's hoping that he can just take the FS22 mods and pop them over there. But anyways, I downloaded it all. I'm going to go through them. I get confused with his website when trying to get mods from him. So I don't know if... I think the pack that I got has all of them in it. Because I understand, I think he updates the pack every week or every couple of weeks with a bunch of changes. So you have to get the latest one is how it works, I think. Excuse me. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to go through them all, see which ones work. Because earlier on I did have some issues with some of his mods, like weight balancing. But if this is his final pack, I'm certain he's probably made some changes or updates to improve some of the mods that I had problems with. The wood crane I'm probably not going to use because I tried that. I had already determined that it's using a different form of movement style. Turmeric tea. Let Reddit, which is not... Oh my... Oh, so your channel is on your address. You mean your home address? That's not good, Nick. Oh my. That is not good. Oh. In some cases, sometimes it's not so bad, but I notice that you have some very interesting characters that check out your live stream, so I would be a bit cautious, to tell you the truth. Yep. Yeah, just be careful with your channel and your information. Yeah. And you have to be a bit careful about your, you know, what happens on the channel too, because someone, if they report your channel, I mean, other people can report your channel if there's something going on in the chat that shouldn't be happening. Someone else could report it and YouTube could do an investigation on it. So you have to be really careful with that type of stuff going on, right? Well, all it takes is a bit of social engineering, really, Nick. So if they gather just a few pieces of information on you, like generally where you're from, the other factor is that you talked about that you run a lawn business, right? So if that is published anywhere for advertising, it can be pretty easy to find a person. And it may not all happen at once, you know. You might have one stream where you answer one question, then you have another stream where you answer another question, and then another stream and you answer another question, and then they've got 3 pieces of information from 3 separate streams, right? There are literally people that sit there with a notepad and paper and they'll write down key things that you say on a live stream if they really want to find you, right? There's some very creepy people out there.
Gorgeous sunset. You?
Stressing.
Really about the money.
No, it's everything. Job, kids, partner. Anything actually.
Because you really don't know who else is on the other end there, right? Not saying it will happen, I'm just saying that it can happen. Because that's literally what social engineering is all about. Oh. That's why I don't, you know, provide my first and last name on a live stream. I think maybe my first name has slipped a few times, but I don't think I have a lot of people that really want to hunt me down. Maybe I do, and I just don't know it, but still. Yep. The other thing is you have to be careful too, like if your information gets provided and then it becomes like, how do you put it? If you set the tone that it's acceptable, right? Then other people start posting information, like their personal information in there. That could probably get you into trouble as a channel operator. So if you start seeing other people posting personal information, you probably should shut it down, or else you could get investigated by YouTube for, you know, gathering personal information on people, right? The other factor is you don't know how old the people are on the other end. They could be underage, right? And people are sharing their personal addresses and details all on a live stream. That could get the channel owner into trouble if that type of stuff ends up happening. So you really have to make sure that you tighten up whatever is going on a chat, right? Worst case offense, if by chance that personal information from your viewers is shared and there's a criminal investigation, like the person is underage and they're getting stalked, you could be sued for having that information broadcasted, or you're not taking the appropriate steps to moderate that type of information being shared on your channel. So just something to be aware of, right? So even though you may be having a fun stream or something like that, you still have to have due diligence of information being shared on a live stream, right? Make sure that you block the people or report the people. Well, I don't think YouTube necessarily could do that, but as an example, if I was watching the stream and for some reason my personal information got leaked on Nick's live stream or something like that, because he didn't go ahead and properly moderate and delete that person, I could probably potentially take Nick to court if I wanted to. I can create my own action lawsuit is what I'm saying. Right? Because the moderation tools, if a person is blocked, it removes basically all of the references to any posts that that person made within the chat. So if Nick doesn't take a responsibility for that, right, that means that personal information is still stored inside the chat, right, on YouTube, right? Yep, exactly. So proper moderating and stuff like that is definitely something that you have to do. Most likely that would probably be a private lawsuit or something like that, right? So wherever that information has been shared, right? When you're moderating a channel, you need to make sure that everything is happening right. Same like with anything with racism, sexuality, any of that. If any of that is happening on your channel, you have to button it up, right? Whether it's being directed at you as the content creator or at someone else, you could run into some problems. And if you don't take care of it, what happens is you set up a community where it's considered acceptable, and then you attract more people that will come in and do the same, right? Yeah, so just if you're having a general conversation live stream, just be careful of what sort of information you share on your live streams, basically. So, yeah, just be careful of what information you share. That's all that you really need to do. We're just planting away. So. But anyways, yeah, I downloaded all of FS Miner's mods. So I want to try to test them all out and see which ones work and which ones don't. And then maybe add a few of them to my PV Canyon crossing map. Simply because I imagine there's a few of them that work. I'll have to set up a test map and just go through them all. Reason why I started looking at it is that I wanted to get a scraper. Not sure if you guys have ever seen a heavy equipment scraper before, but they're pretty neat pieces of equipment. I think they're more prominently known as earth movers, because that's what they do. Pick up big swaths of dirt and then move it to another location. Oh, are you talking about my scenario? So as an example, so if you see someone posting their address, their phone number, or any personal information inside your live stream chat, I would highly recommend that you get those comments deleted off of the live stream chat. Even though that you didn't post it, you are still responsible for what content happens on your live stream in your chat. Anything to do with, you know, I don't know, racism, sexism, sexually explicit content, all of that is your responsibility to manage on a live stream. And you have to moderate it and delete it. If you don't delete it, it remains publicly visible for people to see, right? What it can do, why you might get in trouble, is if the information leads to online sexual harassment or bullying, there are large laws against that in the United States. Especially if the person is underage and you honestly don't know how old the person is, you could get into big doo-doo. Yep, that's what you gotta do. Make sure that you clean up your chat. Ban them. Generally, if you ban a person on YouTube, it deletes all of their comments, right? That they had made on your live stream right away. So if they've been posting a whole whack of stuff all throughout the live stream, everything gets cleaned out if you ban them. Which I highly recommend that people do. Because the last thing you want is that information to stay within the chat log, right? So as a channel operator, you're responsible for what is publicly posted there. Least of your worries, you get a warning from YouTube if you don't take responsibility. Worst case scenario, depending on how that information is used by other people, you could end up with a lawsuit or jail time. Who knows, right? That's the worst case scenario. Depending on how that information is used by other people, even though you didn't do anything, right? You're just the channel runner, but what people do with the information and the fact that you left it on there, that's where you can get into trouble. Yep, they're still stored on file. it's important to understand this stuff. I mean, it's can be all fun and games, right? Until all of a sudden something happens. And that can go with anything. I mean, it doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. It could be an Instagram post. It could be a Facebook post. Any social media outlet. Anything that you run. Like if you have your own Facebook or your own Discord. All of that, you have to make sure that you moderate and take appropriate action for inappropriate stuff. So, reason why all of this is, even young people have to be careful. Even though you may be under the age of 18, whatever you post online, you could get into some deep trouble with the law for online posts if you have a YouTube channel or you're underage or whatnot, right? You are still held liable for any public comments on anything that you operate. I think online bullying is probably the biggest one, simply because of the fact that there's been so many situations where there's high suicide rates and stuff like that from, you know, a young child that has been stressed out because of online posts and bullying, right? Those all go to a judge generally, so. All right, I think I already planted there. Yep. But those individuals are still considered minors, right? And dollars to donuts, there's always the likelihood, and this should actually be held to the responsibility of the parents, but a lot of the times parents say, here's my phone, and they have an 18 and older account. So they hand it over to their 8-year-old who wants to watch YouTube, and they stumble upon your channel. The account is set up 18 and older by the parent, and they've handed that phone over to the 8-year-old, and that 8-year-old is now interacting with you on your live stream, right? That goes for any social media place too, right? So, but most people think, oh, no, I set my live stream to 18 plus, I'm safe. But nope. There's always the likelihood that 8-year-old has stole mom and dad's phone, or mom and dad facepalm gave it to them, and they're watching your live stream. So, harsh realities of what I'm talking about, but it's very real, very true. but and that's why I'm mentioning it. All right, let's go into pallets. We ran out of trees. All right, spruce. Buy some pine.
Okay, no one asked you, so did you not? And why wouldn't this be a real marriage?
I don't know, because we're not in love.
Well, we respect each other. We're not in love, but we love each other. We just really live sleep with other people. Basically, sounds like a marriage.
And that goes for video games as well. I'm just pointing that out too.
So your mom was living here legally?
So one thing that I was, from what someone told me, and I'm not sure if this is actually true or not. One sec here. I gotta reload. There. So I think in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to get someone from the UK to confirm this and say that I'm absolutely right. But I had someone from the UK tell me that apparently they have exceptionally strict laws with ages. So as an example, even for video games, where there could be, if a child, and this is the child themselves, if they are playing a video game and they do not meet the age expectations, I was told apparently they could be brought before a judge. And they would probably go to like the juvenile detention center if they caught guilty for playing Grand Theft Auto and they're underage. That's what I was told. I don't know. I've briefly looked at it. It seems like they have some pretty extremely strict age restrictions in the UK. So I think it's true. I don't hear many people talk about it, but there's that. But I think in the United States and North America, it's not so strict. You know, you'll get the parent, right? And they'll be like, oh, I authorize this. I think you're old enough and mature enough to see blood, gore, and thievery from Grand Theft Auto, even though you're like 8 years old. Here you go, I'll buy it for you, bud, right? Because I think it's basically the rule is that in North America, Canada, and the United States, it's the merchant that has to determine whether you're old enough, right? But if the parent is fine with it, they'll buy it for them. But in the UK, it's a bit different. So I only bring that up simply because maybe I might have some UK audience people listening to what I'm saying, and their reality might be a bit different. I say, what? This doesn't happen. How could someone have a video game when they're only like 8 years old and it's 18 plus or whatever? That never happens. But in North America, there's a lot more, I don't know, freedom, I think, with that. Children under 13 can use the YouTube.
What do you think, Spence? Should I join the Marines? Yeah. Should I get ripped like Uncle Luke?
In the UK. Yeah, in the UK. I'm pretty sure someone told me that they have much stricter laws. So if a child was to use a game or access something, the child could end up in court and get sent to juvenile detention facility for viewing a game, someone told me. Whether that's true or not, I think might be true. Yeah. But from what someone told me, if, say, someone is 11 years old and they get a title that's rated for 18 and older, or maybe 16 and older, I'll say 16 and older. If they get caught playing that game, apparently that child could end up in court, is what someone told me. And they could end up in a juvenile detention facility, apparently. Whether that's true, I don't know, but I thought it was interesting. So the reason why I bring it up, like, I know for a fact that I have a lot of people from the UK that watch my channel. I have people from India. I have people from all sorts of other countries. Just because you have laws in your country doesn't mean that there's different laws in other countries, right? On how certain content is allowed and not allowed. Yeah, showing your house could be a concern. I've seen some pretty crafty people find people where they live just by pictures of a person's house. Like I said, there's some pretty crafty social engineers out there. And basically, all that they do is just exactly that, right? And they just get better and better at it. So they probably have like a whole, I don't know, slew of applications or maybe websites they go to find information on people. It's crazy. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna need you to explain yourself because a week ago you were lecturing me on how this is fraud. So
It is fraud. I wouldn't do this.
okay, so don't.
Believe me, if I had any other choice, I wouldn't. Marriage should be for love. Where I come from, it's for love.
Do you come from a fantasy?
There we go. Back up.
Because where I come from, in reality, marriage is really just a fantasy arrangement that turns lovers into enemies. So why don't you have any other choice?
See how that's your business.
Kind of is. I am possibly about to marry. Why?
I need the extra 2 grand a month married guys.
Doing most of my planting in the winter months.
Trust me. But if I can trust a lady,
Wonder how far.
law or the military, I can sure
I have an ethical code that doesn't include blind obedience, and I desperately need this to literally survive. Whereas you could be, I don't know, stockpiling supplies for the pro militia.
I mean, this was a mistake. Grow militia.
Luke. Luke.
What?
I don't like you,
No shit.
but you seem solid. So, I'm sorry, okay? Please.
All right. Let's go in here. Pull ahead.
Arrested. Maybe took the time. Look, this is already a shot company. We're gonna be on the radar. So, let's get over there. Iraq. We've got to just like set up consistent times for this. Okay? We have to make this look normal. We have the right to romantic emails in case we need to use them. And just have to keep it tight for my 20. Once you're back here, we're gonna file for divorce. Gives you a year of free health insurance. And we can split the cash from it. And one thing, company, act like we,
Like we like each other.
yeah, more than that, like love each other. And so all the married couples spending at this motel, base.
I can't wait till all these trees get planted.
So are we out of if territory?
I probably got well over, I almost think 5,000 trees so far planted.
Can't tell anyone who doesn't need to know. We have to
Bet you most people didn't expect this to be the live stream. Kind of relaxing. But like I said, I downloaded all of the FS Minor mods. I'm gonna try to create like a test map and just go through them, see which ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. Because when you download them as a pack, they're not categorized or sorted. Because you've got everything from trucks, cranes, scrapers, graders, front-end loaders, bulldozers, and all sorts of things. So there's probably well over like 52 mods, I think, maybe even more. I think even more. So it's probably going to take me some time to go through some of them, test them out. I did try the wood crane. I didn't like it too much. Well, I don't think it was a crane. It was a... it's because the controls were set up differently. Right, we're going up the hill.
That's gotta be rough.
Rough would be punching the clock at some soul-sucking job on just making a rich richer. I'd rather hustle for my art any day. Hello, my prince.
I think we're getting to be morning.
You know, you really look pretty.
What does that mean?
Look pretty.
You're blushing bright.
All right.
Thank you for coming. Oh, did you get rings?
Here.
Oh my god, you wanted them.
Well, me. I did.
What?
Got it for Riley. Yeah, he did.
Frankie. No, I can't lose it.
We're getting pretty close to the main roadway.
You know, do it right. And Mom wants me to wait some time.
So I'm probably going to go right up to the main gate, and the rest of the trees I'll leave alone, because I'll probably need a landing zone, right? For removing these trees when I cut them down.
We're gathered here today.
I got some trees growing back up there already. Some of them are going to take much longer. Okay. Let's just drive forward. Using the vehicle control add-on, which is GPS basically.
Kiss the bride.
So I'll probably need 2 in-game years, really,
Congratulations.
to let these grow. This property will look different. That's done. All right, there we go.
How are you doing? You know, I'm about the meeting with Fraser. I'm kind of freaking out. Yeah, it's
I don't think Nick can turn off his chats. I mean, he can, but his channel is a bit different. His channel basically has him interact with people.
sorry.
That's sort of how his channel is.
I'd like to make another toast. This one is to life, love, and hunting down some goddamn Arabs, baby! Woo! Really? Oh boy. Yeah. You have a problem with that? Yeah,
It's just.
Like myself, I could probably get away with having chat turned off if I wanted to. I suppose I could just play music and do farm sim, and I still would be creating content by doing that.
you're serving my country. What are you doing exactly?
I don't know, apparently.
Even during a live stream.
Okay, no, exactly what you like us to do, huh? Go over there and teach them pronouns?
Yep, we go.
How about starting with knowing who your actual enemy is and not making disturbing generalizations? How about
Watch
that?
your tongue when you talk to me. Look, get your girl.
Excuse me?
Get it.
No, it doesn't get me.
That's enough, both of you.
Yeah, I think my channel I set as 18 and older or something. But I usually try to keep everything pretty PG, because I know I do have kids that do watch my live streams. I don't usually tolerate too much craziness.
Those two are fine.
Third time this week. They must have Walmart Delivery Pass. What's that? Unlimited free same-day grocery delivery. Plus, you get 90 days free when you join. Signing up. Good salesperson.
Yeah, you can even lock on YouTube, and this is what I do. In order to chat on my YouTube channel, you have to be a subscriber.
I don't think you understand what we're preparing ourselves to go and do. Is it really worth
So you can even do that.
Pretty sure I was pretty sure it was your friend shouting kill all Arabs.
Well, because you're gonna have the best night of your life if you didn't say that. Sing it.
I picked up that idea from the 3Js because that's what they do. So they lock their channel behind a subscription wall, which I do as well. I don't think I do that on Kick. Actually, I think maybe I do. Yeah, you have to be a follower to comment, I think, on Kick. I think that's what I turned on. Twitch does that a bit too, I think, but I don't live stream on Twitch. It's also a good way to deal with trolling as well if you put a subscription block on it on the chat, because most of the trolls, all that they want to do is they want to just jump from channel to channel and fill your chat with a bunch of nonsense in most cases. So if they have to subscribe, right, it slows that process down a bit. So tomorrow we'll be on PV Canyon Crossing again. I haven't been on there in a while. I didn't even live stream PV Canyon Crossing last week because of my cold. I think I only did like one live stream last weekend, which was on the Monday. So hopefully this week I will be able to get all my live streams done. Oh, excuse me. Do. And then we're, what, probably about a month away till FS25 comes out. So that's going to be pretty cool. And not to worry, I've already pre-purchased the game, so I've got the whole season pass. I did that back like in June or something like that when they first announced it, so yeah. Also, another tip too, and I know of another live streamer that has done this and has run into some headaches over it. As much as you enjoy your audience, don't pay your viewers rent or buy them a video card and computer stuff or whatever. Even as much as a nice guy you are, it causes problems. If anyone in your community finds out that you're doing that, and other people are just going to come up to you, next you know it, you'll have 10 people coming up to you saying, can you pay my rent? Can you buy me a new computer or something? Right? Don't do that. You can give advice to people. That's what I usually do. I will advise people. You know, you can probably buy a new computer here or whatnot. Sometimes I've given advice on how to get promotion codes from other YouTube content creators. That's about as far as I will go. I will not go and pay someone else's rent. Or buy someone a computer or something like that. Now, something that you might consider doing, like if someone's not doing well, you could encourage them to do a GoFundMe page. That's an option. If your channel happens to do really well and you do get like free merch from maybe a sponsor, like maybe you get like 5 PCs, you can set up some sort of a giveaway, right? Have your viewers enter the giveaway and then spin the wheel and see who wins. That's fine. So there's healthy ways of doing those types of things. But I wouldn't go and pay someone's rent right off the get-go, right? The other factor too, like the GoFundMe approach, you could become an anonymous donor and you can throw in like $100 or something anonymously, not take credit for donating to the GoFundMe or whatever. That's a healthier way of doing it. That way people won't be coming up to you saying, hey, can you pay my rent? Can you buy me a new computer? Can you do this? Can you do that, right? Yeah. I just know of another YouTube content creator that did that, and they ran into some problems last week. So. Yep. Oh. Yeah, because they don't work, right? They don't have a consistent income. Like, I've had people ask me, "Can you buy me that game?" And I was like, nope. But I can tell you where you can probably get a discount, right? That's what I usually do. There are some content creators that are Giants partners that I know that do giveaways. Sometimes I will direct them to another content creator and say, hey, you could probably join so-and-so's live stream and be one of whoever else is in the live stream and get a free copy, perhaps, if you're the lucky winner, right? That's what content creators generally do. They'll have like a draw or something like that. And like I said, if by chance they do have a community member that is in dire straits, like maybe they are like very sick and they can't pay their rent, I have seen content creators create GoFundMe pages for people. Hey Kiram, I need a new Corvette. Can you help a brother out? Sorry, I can't. Oh gosh. That's crazy. If someone does get a Corvette or whatnot, I'll have to make sure I get myself one first before I consider getting someone else a Corvette. Oh, there are some people there. There are some folks that are extremely compassionate for the people that they interact with on their live streams. And they get a little too personal with their audience, right? And it's not that the content creator is bad, right? It's not to say that they're a horrible person or anything. It's more or less that they just get, you know, they don't know how to set the proper boundaries, right? They interact with their audience quite closely, as if they're family. So there are some people that fall into that kind of aspect of things. And like I said, you can still, as a content creator, help someone out, but there's better ways of doing it than just writing a person a check and saying, here's $500 for your rent, right? And publicizing it. And I've given a few different examples of doing it.
he let my brother and me bring our sleeping bags in and crash on the floor. Our family like that, all together when it was storming out. It's one of my best memories. Not long after that, my mom got sick and my dad retired from the Corps to take care of her. He went to every single time.
It can also put you into a very compromising situation. Those types of things happen, like if you work for a large corporate environment, like generally they have rules that you cannot receive certain gifts and stuff like that, simply because of the fact that it could make you compromised, right? So like big companies, I've worked with my previous employer has been a very large company, and every year we have to go through security training to remind us of what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do as an employer, as an employee of said company. So in most cases there's laws that in most cases companies will set rules that you cannot accept a gift that's worth no more than $100, right? And the gift has to be appropriate, right? Simply because that if you're receiving that said gift, it may make you compromise to the point that the expectation is that you're going to do something for someone else, right? They go through all sorts of security training and stuff like that with having to do insider trading and all sorts of things. Social engineering, that's covered too in the training that I've received every year or two. So I got all sorts of training on how people will send spam emails, how they'll gather information on you, all that kind of stuff. That's usually pretty standard with corporations. Oh.
Hey, we should go, fellas. Chow time.
Ciao.
Love you guys.
I love you.
Not a chance. I'm not going to help a brother out. Sorry. Those types of comments are like covered in most security training videos too, for corporations. Like they'll usually give a bunch of scenarios and stuff like that. That one is one that I've seen before. Myself, I've never, with the amount of security training I've had in my career, it's crazy. And I'm not like a security guard or anything like that, right? I just handle information. But, like I said, every company pretty much has some sort of security audit training. Especially if you handle personal information. So if you work in the medical system, I imagine they get audit training. I kind of wonder what like a law enforcement person would have to go through for training. But probably I got like 101 and they probably got 102 or something. That's why I'm pretty much up to date on most of this stuff, and I try to share it with people. Even though I just to you, I'm just a YouTuber, but I'm aware of what can and cannot happen and why certain laws are there, or why you've got certain rules on different, you know, platforms and stuff like that, right? But if you've never worked in a corporate environment, most people just roll their eyes at it, right?
I posted it. And
So yeah, your friend from the army, if they're a cybersecurity expert and in the military, they probably, what I've just described is probably just a small fraction to the amount of training that your friend probably has had.
And now we have a slot at the Oceanside All Fest.
What?
Like the Oceanside All Fest.
This is great. You're doing the damn thing. Does this mean that I'm like your muse?
Really? What do you think about it? Okay, maybe just a little.
Good luck in the concert.
But
Musical line will be starting on the main stage in just a moment.
There we go. Yep. For my training, it's, I think, every year, well, probably twice a year, I probably have about 8 hours of training modules to go through of online training, which is probably a small amount compared to what your friend probably has to go through. Covers everything from insider trading to social engineering, proper processes to like report things to your company. Also from included in there how you're supposed to treat people in the workplace, right? Bias training, like your own personal biases. That's a lot of stuff. All right. So just a lot of stuff. Also, if you're working with other companies, so if you're a person that's in a company and you're working with another company for a service or whatnot, there's certain rules that you have to follow for that. So it gets pretty interesting. And breaking the rules, well, that, the very least, and I see it more commonly, people just getting fired. But in my career time, I have seen people end up going to jail or being charged with something, I should say, or doing something like through the court system. That can happen. And they thought, well, it was just a joke. Well, that joke just cost you to go behind jail bars. No, I believe you on that one. I've had some co-workers get what's called doxed, simply because they became too friendly with certain individuals. And then I'm like, why did you do that? And just by sharing just small pieces of information. And then that becomes a bit of a headache, because then you have to go through your workforce team. I've seen some go to legal. Most of the time, what people usually do, especially if it's an interaction through your company, they'll take the company name, and if they can get your first name and somewhat a general area where you are, they can go into LinkedIn and find you quite easily. I think there's Glassdoor as well. I'm not too familiar with Glassdoor, simply because I think that's the newest one. I'm not sure how much information is shared on Glassdoor. Workplace is another one. Let's see. LinkedIn. Oh, God. That one is scary. I don't like LinkedIn. Then the 13 saplings. I think I've gotten quite a bit of trees planted. I'm up to 480 trees so far. Oh, someone came in. I'm not sure who. I'm trying to figure out that symbol. I just got raided, I think. Someone raid me? I got my chat window so small so I can't really see the, Did I? I did? I'm not sure who raided me. Is it the 3Js? They're the ones that usually raid me. I'm not sure. Oh, Fearsome Rhino has raided me. Welcome. Thank you for the raid, my friend, and stopping in. We're just doing some tree planting today and talking about, I don't know, cybersecurity stuff. Yeah, it was him. I guess technically it's redirect. So something that I'm looking forward to getting it once I get to 500 subscribers. Because what you can do is you can, if you're about to end a stream, you can send your audience to another content creator. So, which I think is like a fantastic feature. So how did your stream go, Mr. Rhino? Was it productive? Of course it's productive. It's FVBC. Me, I'm trying to do some tree planting. It's just crazy. Okay, I'm out of trees. I have to get out of my machine and put my store. Let's see here. Put that right there. Store delivery. I'll buy another pallet of trees here. I'll apologize to my new viewers here that have just popped in. I am kind of trying to get through a cold, so if I'm coughing a bit or my vocals sound a little bit off, I apologize.
You can do that.
Tim G, welcome in. We're just planting trees today, guys. So nothing too big and crazy. It's winter. I'm trying the platinum DLC. Planting method. Well, this thing is filling up. I planted trees from, well, today, probably maybe about here, all the way down to where the excavator is. This is probably the third pallet that I'm loading up right now. There's about 240 saplings. Previous streams, I've been up here. So, yeah. So I imagine I got probably about 2,000 trees already planted. These ones have popped up because they don't take as long to grow, but I'm gonna wait at least 2 in-game years before I start cutting them down. And then I've been mowing the lawn as well. Okay, it's loaded. And how I'm doing this is I'm using the vehicle control add-on, which is like a GPS mod. And then I just go up the slope like this. Yeah, my viewer, that's how raid works. Well, this is just one method. I don't know many people doing it this way. Sorry. Coughing. Most people, when they're doing trees, where is it?
Frankie bought this for you.
I think it might be under forestry, if I'm not mistaken.
Here's why you stayed close until we came home.
They'll use this thing,
Keep you safe.
and this goes on the back of the tractor, and it holds about, I think, about 10 to 25 saplings. And you can just drive it with it attached to a tractor. And it holds one pallet, and then it keeps you in a straight row. This is how it was done in Farming Sim 19 and early 2022 in FS22. But when the Platinum DLC came out, they gave us let's see here. This bad boy.
Sounds like y'all are headed home. Leaving your base.
You can go in here. Oh, no, I don't want to buy that. And you can choose this one with the fast coupler, and then connect a planter to it. So which is this thing. And then the saplings go into the front, and then you just plant like I've been going along with. And then to do this so that I do it straight, because usually with a tractor it's a little easier to keep straight line, with an excavator not so much. I'm using the vehicle control add-on, which is a GPS mod. And then I just drive up the hill. And then all that I'm doing is just pressing down and squeezing a trigger to plant. And it's just as simple as this. This is probably the third stream that I've done this. And I honestly do suggest having a GPS mod so that you can keep straight. Because the saplings themselves, when they're planted in the ground, they're not really easy to see. And then once this is done, I'll have to wait till it grows. I think 24 months. So that's 2 in-game years, really. And then you can harvest this. And then I'm going to buy some logging equipment to take the trees down. Boise Gamer plays FS23. I would suggest checking out his channel if you want to see mobile farm sim. He's got all sorts of stuff covered out there, which I think is pretty cool. He just shared a link, I think, to his channel in the chat. I don't see a lot of content creators that do mobile, so I usually watch his content, which is pretty interesting. Especially the more sophisticated crops like sugar beets and stuff like that, because I try to visualize, well, the difficulty that I have with doing it on PC. I'm like, well, how the heck do you do it on mobile?
here, unpack.
So I think I got like one more row to do. Because I'm going to go right up to the fence edge. And then most of this area I'm going to keep as a landing zone. Because I'm going to need space for cutting the trees down. Just kind of a rough idea here. I think I probably got one more row to do. Yeah, sugar cane is not easy. Also, guys, I'm like about, what, I think 9 subscribers away from getting 500 subs. So if you're new to the channel, just hit the sub button. It'll help me out greatly. Hit the like button as well. I'm so close to getting to 500. That would make my day if I could hit that. Or at the very least hit the like button, because then other people can see the live stream as well. Okay, let's back up here. I'm 5 away? Are you serious? I have to go check this out myself. Let me go to my channel and hit refresh. What do you know? You're right. Wow. Thank you so much for subscribing, guys. I am like 5 away from becoming, well, putting in the process of monetization. Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Good eyes, Boise Gamer. Good eyes. Thank you, sir. Let's see here. Am I on a new row? Yep. I like to do a lot of logging, so, and I play on 3 maps. This is the Fraser Valley map, which is a real place in British Columbia, Canada. The other maps that I play on, PV Canyon Crossing and Aussie No Man's Land. So I play a lot of large maps usually. I also do World of Warcraft on occasion. But mostly farm sim. Oh. Okay, come on. Oh, I did not know that the trees grew back on mobile. So you didn't have to plant them? See, I think that would be cool if we could have like trees on PC and console, where they would just grow back on their own. That would be cool. Like, there's a game that I play called Medieval Dynasty, and you can cut the logs down and trees down, but then the trees eventually grow back. Mind you, that's a different game altogether, though. So if you don't grind the stumps, then the tree doesn't grow back? So that's a pot. You have to stump grind, in other words, right?
Luke? Hey, Pieces. Where's Luke?
Hmm.
Hello? Luke? Oh my god. You're walking.
It's like a bitch.
You know, apparently I'm
Okay. Yeah, in this game, you have to plan them.
this morning I woke up and I thought, I wonder if Luke doesn't want.
One.
Oh, calm down. I know.
But it would be nice if some would just grow back on their own.
Yeah.
That would be kind of neat. See, on mobile, I had always thought that you had to plant them again. But that's handy that they do grow back on their own after you grind.
Rather have a broken leg than have you lecturing me on feminism.
Okay, so you just want to live on an island or broken to an ocean? I'd say, no, Luke, you're wrong. You don't understand.
You know what, Luke? You're wrong.
See,
You don't understand.
This is like my last row here. I'm not going to do another row because I need space to sort of have a loading zone or a landing zone or whatnot. Now the real question is, can I decouple the header?
you don't believe in love.
Wow. I had no idea that Psych 101 was part of basic training.
You realize
With
training's not exactly.
saplings in there?
Yeah, I've seen the movies. I've been homework.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out, won't we?
You don't want to date.
As I intend to use this machine for other purposes too, so
Not someone in.
Okay, yeah, we'll maybe.
like I'm gonna need to put a tree processor,
So maybe.
a grapple.
That's big news. When it comes to control issues, I'm self-taught.
You. You
And-
seem so chill.
It's this or 36 bars going
I'm
one.
gonna go up here. All right.
You metaphorically.
So I think that's good enough. This should leave me space to put other equipment down here. So I don't think I'm going to put another row in. So we'll turn this around.
Okay, control.
And I guess I'll put this.
Pants down.
I'm going to see if I can decouple the planter right here. Let's see what happens, shall we? Ah, why do you know it works? See, I thought what I'd have to do is unload the planter before I could do that, but obviously I can do it. And we're gonna put this over here. As it's gonna be a while before I can use this again. I'll ground out our boom. There we go. All right, let's move some of this stuff out of the way.
This isn't sweat, this is a glow.
Park it a bit better.
Maybe we should watch a movie.
I can smell jalapenos coming out of the pores. Maybe take a shower first.
And oddly, that tree that's fell, it fell on its own. So on this map, there's some trees just laying around, cut or dead, I guess, to add some atmosphere, which I thought was kind of cool. So we're gonna back up here. Yeah, I definitely like the added features of snow, rain. 25 is going to have a lot more items, which I think is pretty cool. We're going to have to deal with hurricanes, or, well, sorry, not hurricanes, tornadoes. I'm going to put that there, I guess, for now. Back this up here. And put that, oh, well, that's interesting. I don't think that's supposed to happen like that. I wonder if I can walk through it. Can I walk through this? Oh, wow. It's a ghost shed, everybody. That's pretty cool. Oh, and I do have a snow blower in here. All right, let's go get another piece of equipment. But yeah, I'm looking forward to 25 and the tornadoes. See what that all happens to happen. I'm gonna back up here.
Okay, guys, I want you to listen to a song.
She's not your favorite artist.
I'm gonna park this over here too, I think. Not sure why there's no collisions on that building. This whole time I thought there was collisions. Let's just back this up beside it.
Are y'all thinking about having kids?
And this is just the starting farm, by the way. Oh.
Never be a rock star first, okay? Kids later.
He's really great with kids.
There we go.
I love the way you look at him. Just so real.
I got a windrower. Oh, I got two windrowers. I think one of the windrowers I'm probably going to sell. Oh, let's just spin around here. I'll back this up this way, I guess. I'm going to park this one in the back, I think. It snowed 3 months straight, and I couldn't harvest because of low yield. It would produce it, messed my harvest pretty good for my next planting. Oh. Yeah, because if it starts snowing, it's like rain. So it gives you that warning, oh, well, you'll get a lower yield if you harvest in the rain. Yeah, I think we're going to park this guy here.
Hey, Cassie, you stay with your mom, alright?
I hear some weird noises. There's some unique animal life noises on this map, I think. Okay, this is probably going to get sold. So we're gonna just drive this down this road. So my only access point to my property is just down here. So it's pretty tight. And I'm not entirely sure if I like the fact that these fences are so small. That one is fine. This property here I don't own. So I have to go through my neighbor's property to get to the main road. Or to the Forest Service road, I should say. Oh, that's just me. Oops. See, I don't like this fence very much. Let's see here. Let me just back this up. Yeah. See, this is going to be very challenging for like a large truck. So we're going to park this down here. This will be my for sale lot, I guess. There we go. This cold will go away. You'll see. Give it time. This way. Now, I think probably I will buy this property at some point. And then I can probably turn it into a field of some sorts, maybe. My farm is literally up in the mountains, pretty much. See, I could pretty much harvest all that mountain range if I wanted to. I'm just surprised at how much effort went into making this map, because it looks really cool. We'll just park this guy out here. And then I have 6 bales. 6 bales over here. And my John Deere here. We're gonna disconnect the bale trailer, I guess.
Look at my wife, I will kill you. Do you understand me?
Back this up against the fence line, I guess. Hold that up and let go. There we go. I don't know where I'm going to put this other trailer. I'll spin this around. Maybe I'll park this over the other side of the excavator. Hello, James the Splendid Nugget. Welcome in. Yeah. Also, this weekend is Thanksgiving weekend. Just to let you guys know. Here up in Canada. So, I thought I'd share that because I think most of my audience, I think, are Americans. You guys usually have your Thanksgiving a month from now in November.
I think Jesse Saw was always my best friend.
But for us in Canada, we have it a month earlier in October. So it is Thanksgiving weekend for us. Just kind of a fun fact. And we're gonna park this trailer over here.
Hi. What's going on?
I have the whole farm to myself. Oh dear. So you have free reign, huh? Excellent. Yeah, it's on Monday for us. There we go. So we pretty much do the same thing. We have like the turkey and all that good stuff. Let's see. I think the only difference is maybe the meaning. Let's see.
I'm so sorry.
Canada meaning. Let's see. Canada's holiday was initially created to express thanks for explorers, safe voyages into the New World. However, over time it evolved into a religious holiday to thank God for a bountiful fall harvest.
I got into the medication just to cope. But when I ran out, John was right there to help me.
What does that have anything to do with...
Yeah, I stole a $50,000 car from my dad. A classic Corvette. He was rebuilding it for one of his biggest customers.
Okay, American.
Out of my mind.
So let's see. So it says for the American one, and there might be more to it, says celebrated on the fourth Thursday in November. Thanksgiving traces its origins to harvest festivals. It was customary to express gratitude for a bountiful harvest, which is what ours basically stands for. In cultures of both the Pilgrims who sailed from England in 1620 and the Native Americans they encountered. So that's what it says for the American one.
Don't just walk away. Okay, I'm sorry. Not every
So I guess it's kind of the same thing a little bit, but in your write-up it adds in first Native Americans and Pilgrims. Oh, but our Thanksgiving is wrong according to history? Why is it wrong? Or why do they make the accusation that it's wrong? Oh yeah, here's my field. This field has to be planted a bit more. I don't know why it says needs plowing because I plowed the field in. I am confused on that one. With the landing and interaction and food. Oh, okay. So once March rolls around, I will have to plant in here because I didn't beat the time. Or I could leave it as a road, I suppose. But I don't understand why my field info says needs plowing, because I've already plowed. That's how I created the field in the first place. Oh, confused. And then we got over here too. Planting needing to be done. So that's this field, so I missed the opportunity. But I think I'm going to end the live stream because I kind of finished up what I wanted to do a little earlier. I was going to go till 11 p.m. Pacific, but it's winter time, so, and I don't really have any other chores to do during winter months, so, and I've only got about 15 minutes to start a new task, so I think what I'll do is I'll end the live stream here, and I will hopefully be back tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But the plan is to be live streaming sometime tomorrow to do PV Canyon Crossing, which is a little bit more advanced map. I think I got more logging to do, which is to cut trees down, and there will probably be some other tasks. There's always something to do on PV Canyon Crossing, so hopefully you guys will be there for that live stream. Boise Gamer, I'm assuming you will be there, which I appreciate it. And think positively for me that I feel good tomorrow. If I feel really rotten, then I probably will not be live streaming. I'll just leave a message on my community post saying that I'm not streaming, and then we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Fearsome Rhino, for the redirect from your raid, and all of the Canoe community members that had come over from the live stream. Also, thank you for the 5 additional subs that I got today, or maybe it's even higher. Did I go up higher? Let's see, reload. Yep, we're up at 495 subs, so I'm 5 subs away from becoming, well, putting in the paperwork to monetize, so thank you, everybody. For sure, being real. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. And happy farming.